everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Heather Beasley. I am one of the co-founders of the BETC Writers Group and associate producer here at the Boulder Ensemble Theater Company. And I would like to welcome you to our first Ghostlight series new play reading. Today, we will be reading Jenny Stafford's play, Beating a Dead Horse. And I'd like to begin by introducing our playwright, Jenny, and letting her tell you a little bit about the play.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Jenny Stafford, the playwright. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is so much fun. I've never done a reading on Zoom before, so this is really thrilling. So this is a play that I started working on about 5 years ago, and I was really fortunate to be able to workshop it through the Athena Project, which is a really wonderful arts organization based in Denver. And this cast that you're hearing today is the same cast that workshopped it in that workshop production. And they are just wonderful, and I love them so much. And I'm so happy that they're all back to reprise their roles, and we get to do this little reunion of the piece. The show also, after that, it won the 2017 Riva Shiner Comedy Award and got a world premiere at the Bloomington Playwrights Project in Indiana. So it's had a really fun journey, and I'm excited to get to share it in a totally new format today. So we'll turn it over and let the actors introduce who they are and what roles they'll be playing today.
I'm Tony Ryan, and I'm going to be playing Steve.
I'm Ben Hilzer, and I'll be playing Marty.
I'm Leslie Randal, and I'll be playing Bryony.
I'm Lexi Robbins, and I'll be playing Erica.
I'm Sean Michael Cummings, and I'll be playing Todd.
I'm Carol Bloom, and I'll be playing Marianne.
I'm Anthony Adu, and I'm playing Fritz and Marcus.
And I'm Heather Beasley, and I'll be reading stage directions. So let's go ahead and get started. Beating a Dead Horse. Scene 1. A blank stage. Steve and Marty sit center stage in side-by-side chairs, staring straight ahead.
Hi, I'm Steve Martin. No, not that Steve Martin, a different Steve Martin.
And I'm Martin Martin. Our parents were jerks.
Marty, I told you we have to do this in one take. Be serious.
We want people to like us, right?
We want people to trust us. Now do it right.
He turns on the camera again.
Hi, I'm Steve Martin. No, not that
And I'm
Steve
Martin Martin.
And we're the owners of a nice farm upstate
with
plenty of room to run around. Pet
funeral home. It's too long. It's always been too long.
We know losing your pet can be a traumatic experience, and we're here to ease you and your pet through this difficult time.
Our father founded this business in 1970.
1972.
1972. So, you know, a proud family business is the only place to take your family business. Our services include...
Steve pauses the camera.
I told you, I'm doing the list of services. You only have 2 lines.
What? This whole thing was my idea. You never had any ideas. Why did you get to write the script? And how many times can you say business? Sounds like you're talking about taking a dump.
Fine. You read the list of services. But if you mispronounce cremation again, you're done.
Steve turns the camera on again.
Hi, I'm Steve Martin.
Oh, come on. I'm not doing all that again.
I don't know how to edit it.
You'll figure it out. Let's just go. Our services include cremation, pet caskets, fully catered funeral services, burial in our pet cemetery, calming ceremonies to transition your pet from life to death, and a wide range of memorabilia to commemorate your pet's face, or, if you prefer, nose, paw, or talon print.
Steve stops the camera.
Are you doing your sexy voice? Who says talon like that?
Who says talon at all? What is my life?
Just stop being sexy. Nothing about this should be sexy.
Then you should do it yourself.
Can we just wrap this up?
He leans forward and starts the camera again.
So come see us for all of your pet aftercare needs.
So that when you tell your kids that their pet went to a nice farm upstate with plenty of room to run around, you won't be lying.
A nice farm upstate with plenty of room to run around.
Blackout. Scene 2. Lights up on a split stage. We see that the pet funeral home, stage right, is attached to the house, stage left, by a door in between them, center. The pet funeral home is a bleak, bleak place. A counter stands center. The walls are lined with animal obituaries, complete with pictures. A shelf to the side holds a variety of tiny caskets. There are 2 cushy seats in a comforting sitting area with a window to the outside. A door upstage says employees only. A door connects it to the living room kitchen of the home, stage left, an equally bleak place. A living room and a kitchen are visible in dowdy retro colors. Bryony sits in the kitchen, carving an eggplant with an X-Acto knife. She wears an apron and a kerchief in her hair and is extremely focused.
Knock, knock.
Hey, Todd, come on in.
Hey, Bryony, Steve or Marty here?
No, they're over at the pet funeral home.
Shoot, I wanted to show them my latest creation.
Oh, no, please don't bring any of that stuff in here. You know how it creeps me out.
No, this one's good.
He exits and re-enters with a grotesquely taxidermied deer head. The eyes are far too wide and point in different directions. The antlers are all askew and its mouth is twisted in a perpetually perplexed look.
See?
Oh my God.
It's good, right? Way better than the last one.
Well, this one has both eyes, so that's something.
It's not perfect, I know, but I'm working on it. Todd's taxidermy is on the rise. What are you working on? Something for the diner?
Oh, no, this is for my business. There's this petting zoo opening in Artenville, and I'm doing the food for the party, so I'm making a penguin out of an eggplant. I have to make 40 of them by Saturday.
Aw, look at us, both making animals.
Yeah.
Focus shifts to stage right to the pet funeral home, where Steve stands behind the counter and Marcus, a chill surfer dude, stands other side of the counter with a shoebox.
I don't know, man. He was like, fine. And then he was like, dead.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
And I was like, little dude, don't go. And he was like, I'm a cat. I use all my lives and my time on earth is finite. And I was like, dude. And he was like, peace. And then he was gone.
I really am very sorry for your loss.
No biggie. Losing your best friend in the world, no biggie.
Losing a pet is always hard. We can give him a proper send-off, though. You have several options. We could cremate him and put him in an urn so you can sprinkle his ashes somewhere he'd like to go.
He always wanted to go to the ocean.
So that's an option. Or we have a lovely selection of caskets in his size. They range from a pine casket at $25 up to this chrome casket at $125. What were you looking for?
What can I get for like $5?
Well,
Oh, dude, I totally left my wallet at a smoothie place.
we have a smoothie place?
Nah, man. I make my own smoothies at my house.
So your wallet is...
At my house. In my kitchen. The smoothie place. I'll be back.
He leaves the shoebox on the counter and runs out. Steve looks at the shoebox apprehensively. He tentatively lifts the lid again, shudders, and drops it. Bryony pokes her head through the door between the house and the pet funeral home.
Steve, Todd brought his taxidermy over again. Come save me.
Wish I could. I'm with a customer.
Really? Oh, baby, I'm so proud of you. Wow, it really reeks in here. It smells like money for the engagement ring fund.
Yay!
Yay! I'll let you get to it. Please, come save me from Todd when you're done. He says this one's a deer, but I'm not convinced.
She exits back through the door to the house, where Todd sits proudly with his deer head. Bryony returns to her work in the kitchen, and Marty enters the house from the outside, his head tipped back, drinking a beer. When he brings his head back down, he is face to face with the deer head.
Oh, geez.
It's good, right?
It is not as bad as, I mean, it has, nope, I can't. It's what nightmares are made of, Todd. Where are its ears?
I accidentally cut one off, and then I figured, well, it can't have one ear, right? That would look nuts. But I got a lot less blood in my house making this one, so I do think I'm getting better. I'm gonna keep practicing, business partner.
We're not business partners.
But we will be. When I get good, people will pay to have their pets preserved for all time. I looked it up. It's a thing.
Focus shifts back to the pet funeral home. Its front door opens and Erica enters. She pulls a suitcase behind her.
Hello?
Hi, can I help you?
I'm just looking for Steve. Steve Martin?
Yes, but not the one you think.
It's Erica. Erica Myers. We went to high school together.
Oh, yeah! Long time no see!
Yeah, I just got back into town. I'm looking for my brother, Todd. Look, I stopped by the house, but he wasn't there, and I know you guys are friends. Is he here?
Oh, he's...
Marty enters from the house, drinking his beer.
Hey, I just thought of the best promotion. It's called the Dog Days of Summer. If your dog dies in July or August, you get 20% off. Huh?
Close the door. Look who it is.
Erica Myers.
Martin squared.
She runs across the room and gives him a huge hug.
Are you what smells in here?
God, I hope not. Though I was on the bus all night.
Not her. It's business.
We got a customer? Oh, thank God. Let's make some money in this place. Oh, boy.
I bet your dad's proud to see you take over the family business.
He's not. Both because he's not proud and because he's dead.
Marty,
Oh, geez. I'm so sorry. I'm sure he was proud.
Of Steve, maybe. I was a pain in that man's ass for years.
Like that time in high school when you got suspended for running a cheating ring out of the boys' bathroom.
I remember that.
Or that time that we stole my dad's goat and hung it from the ceiling at prom like a disco ball.
That was the night I learned you could bedazzle a goat.
Well, and
And that time that we only held, like, we felt out that twine only holds up a goat for like 5 minutes.
Steve picks up the box.
speaking of animals that have been mistreated, I'm just going to take this in the back and put it on ice.
Yeah, okay.
Steve exits through the back employees only door.
I thought you were some big city actress in Philadelphia or something.
More like a professional couch surfer. Casting couch.
Oh. Wow.
I'm kidding. My biggest gig in 10 years was a radio ad for carpet cleaner. You know, I figured it wasn't happening.
Darling, you do not belong on the radio.
Thanks.
Oh, okay, got my wallet back from the smoothie place. At first, I thought somebody stole it from the smoothie place, and then I was like, wait, I live alone. Where's Steve Carell and my cat?
We're right here. I was just taking some measurements.
Will you excuse us for a minute?
He quickly pulls Steve off into the house. Erica and Marcus are left alone in the funeral home.
You said we had business. It's a hippie with a cat.
Oh, it's a customer.
This is why we're broke. Why can't we ever get an elephant in here or something?
Yeah, with all the dead elephants in Pennsylvania.
Focus shifts to the funeral home.
Hi. I'm Marcus.
Hey, Erica.
Ah, hey. Erica?
I'm just gonna, I have to, I'll be back.
Really?
No.
She backs away and heads into the house.
Sorry, that guy was creeping me out. Hey, everyone.
Hey, sis, you're back.
Hi, Bryony.
Hi, Erica. Steve, are you botching the sale again? Do you want to live in this house forever? Do you want us to live with Marty forever? No offense, Marty.
None taken. I'm trying to get away from you guys too.
He picks up an eggplant from off the counter and takes a bite of it like an apple.
Don't eat that eggplant! It has to be a penguin!
You have like 40 of them.
They all have to be penguins. This is what I'm talking about. I can't live in this house and run my catering business out of this house. I want to get married and start our life.
You guys aren't married yet?
We don't want to rush into anything.
She's
You've been
literally
dating
been
since
your
the fourth
girlfriend
grade.
for 22 years.
We all just calm down. The guy hasn't even decided what he's getting yet.
Oh, really? Then watch and learn, my friend. Oh, yeah, Erica's back. Wait here.
Marty and Steve enter the pet funeral home.
Thank you for your patience. I am so sorry to hear about the loss of
Orange Marcus.
I'm sorry?
I'm Marcus. Well, he was Orange Marcus.
Focus splits, so we're watching both scenes at once.
Welcome back, sis. Hey, hold this.
He hands her the deer head and crosses to Bryony.
Hey, Bryony, I bet all this new business is because of their commercial. I saw it at 3:30 last night on the public access channel. There's a lot of pickling acid fumes in my house. It's really messed up my sleep cycle, but it looked real good. You'd never even know Marty just got out of jail.
Marty was in jail?
What better way to send him off to the next life in comfort than with a beautiful casket?
I'm pretty strapped for cash, dude.
Well, was Orange Marcus a plain old cat or a special cat?
Dude, did you not look in the box? He was like, you know, like...
Well, that changes everything. I was going to say we could give him one of those old pine boxes, but if he was a special cat, why not get a pendant with his name on it?
He tried to catch rain and sell it as Beaver Creek bottled beaver water.
We could even engrave his name right here, or a t-shirt with his picture, or a mug, or a sandstone urn.
How long was he in jail?
30 days.
Just something to know, just something so he knows he'll be remembered.
Then he kind of punched a cop while he was in there, so they added 2 years and 11 months.
Wow, 3 years.
Because really, isn't that all any of us want? To know that when we're gone, we won't be forgotten, that we mattered, that tiny, insignificant lives counted for something.
I'll take it! I'll take all of it! I love you! Orange Marcus!
Right! The casket is $125, the pendant is $50, the t-shirt and the mug are $30 each, bringing your total to $235.
Whoa, dude. You think I can spend $200 on a cat? I only make like $50 a week at the smoothie place.
Have a smoothie place?
Nah, I make them in my house. But then sometimes I sell them to people. You guys should come back sometime.
So we do have a smoothie place.
Well, that's perfect. You bring us half your earnings, and in only 2 months, you'll have given Orange Marcus the goodbye that he deserves.
Can I think about it?
Well, it seems like it would be an easy decision.
Of course you can think about it.
I'll go get started on your commemorative pendant.
He turns to leave out of the employees only entrance, then turns back to Steve under his breath. Cha-ching!
Close the door.
Marty reaches back out and closes the door to the employees only entrance.
You don't... Orange Marcus was a special cat no matter what you decide to get.
I just don't want him to, like, look up from cat hell and think I didn't love him. Especially because he was about to give birth to Marcus III. Or Striped Marcus, or Calico Marcus. I was gonna wait and see. I don't know who his dad was, just like me.
It's always hard when we lose someone we love, but I think whenever we see something that reminds us of them, that's their way of looking down on us and staying with us.
I can bring half my pay every week.
You know, I think maybe Marty didn't know how special he was because we give free caskets to really special cats.
Really?
Really.
Steve heads to the shelf and reaches for one of the pine caskets.
The really nice chrome ones?
Of course!
He takes a chrome casket off the shelf and hands it to Marcus.
Thanks, dude.
Marcus extends a hand to shake, then gets overcome and throws his arms around Steve, giving him a big hug and hitting him in the stomach with the chrome box.
You're the nicest guy in the whole world. Your next smoothie is on me.
No big thing. No big thing.
Focus shifts back to the house.
Well, I'm gonna head home and go to bed.
It's 6:30.
Pickling agent sleep cycle.
Todd, I can stay with you, right?
Oh, of course. I mean, quick heads up, I turned the whole house into my business center.
Meaning,
There's a dead moose in your room, but I can scooch him right over.
great.
You can stay here, Erica. The couch pulls out.
Really? Is that okay with you guys? I'm really quiet, I promise.
Hold, please. Well, I'm out of here. I'm exiting. I don't know. I'm going to exit, and then I'm going to come back later on.
It's pretty quiet over there. I'm gonna go make sure Steve isn't screwing up the sale. Make yourself at home.
Bryony crosses into the pet funeral home.
Did you make the big sale?
He decided to make other arrangements.
One of the caskets is missing. You gave it to him, didn't you?
I'm sorry, but this guy was so sad, and he didn't have any money, and Marty was trying to swindle him, and maybe he'll come back.
He's not coming back.
He might come back.
You gave him everything he wanted for free. You lost the sale. He's not coming back. It's okay, Steve. You're a good man, and I'd rather have a good man than enough money to quit the diner and start my own business with a cute little sign over the door with my name on it.
You work so hard.
Well, maybe someday I can quit the diner and just do my own business. You want that, right? And to get married? Someday, right?
You know I do. Business is so bad. I'm glad Dad isn't alive to see what's become of it.
Oh, Steve, he'd be proud of you.
No, I don't get it. When we were kids and he was running it, it was glorious. It's like there were just piles of dead animals everywhere. Such a wonderful time.
It'll be like that again. I know it.
You really believe that?
I do.
I don't know what I'd do without you. I love you.
I love you too.
They kiss. Focus shift back to the house. Erica sits on the couch and Marty enters.
Oh, good. You're still here.
I'm actually going to be staying here. Bryony said I could sleep on the couch. Is this the same couch that was here when your dad lived here? When we were in high school?
The very same.
So, this is the same couch we made out on in high school. I remember that night well. I think I sat right here, and you were right here. We sat just like this, and here we are. Did you think it would be like this?
What, musty and sinking? Kind of. It's an old couch.
No, not the couch. Us. Life. Didn't you think it would be more?
Ugh, can we not?
Not what?
Not have that conversation where we reminisce about high school and talk about how crappy our lives turned out? I don't know about you, but my life is great.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I'm 30 years old. I live in a 2-bedroom house with my brother and his girlfriend, and I'm the partial owner of a nearly bankrupt pet funeral home in the great city of Beaver Creek, Pennsylvania. This is the dream.
He stands on the couch and calls out dramatically,
I'm living my dream. Now you, be damn proud of your life.
He pulls her to her feet, standing on the couch next to him.
I'm Erica. I'm 30 years old. I wasted my youth playing murdered sluts in student vampire films, and I spent all my money buying a trip to Jamaica for me and my boyfriend, who then decided to go on the trip with his wife.
Oh, man.
Yeah, now I'm proud to be back in the great city of Beaver Creek, where there's a dead moose in my room, and I'm trying to figure out something. Anything.
No, no, no. Stay proud. Own your crappy life.
I own my crappy life! And literally nothing else.
That's right. No, you don't. Me either. Just so you know, I'm a lot better kisser now. I've learned some stuff.
Well, I hear you've been to jail.
That is not where I learned some stuff.
He leans in and kisses her. Scene 3, the pet funeral home. Steve stands behind the counter alone as usual. He looks around to make sure no one is there. He takes a deep breath in and begins to sing. Marty enters drinking a beer. Steve stops singing and snaps back to his spot behind the counter.
Were you singing?
No. Close the door.
Marty closes the door.
You were! You should sing more! You were a kick-ass boy soprano. I always kind of thought that's what you'd end up being.
Boy soprano? Yeah, well, who gets what they want in life? Plus, one of us has to show up to work on time without a beer.
I'll have you know, I've been brainstorming ways to make us a more profitable business. I've been thinking, you know how we charge by the pound for cremations?
Yeah.
How about for snakes and ferrets, we charge by the inch? Think about it.
You're an idiot. Hey, Erica knows she can't, stay with us, right? There's no room.
Oh, there's no room for Erica, but there's room for 40 eggplant penguins?
Suddenly, the bell over the door rings, and Marianne Burke, an old woman, enters, followed by Fritz, a tall, handsome, proper gentleman.
Excuse me, do you do horses?
Pardon me?
Horses. Do you do horses?
Of course we do horses. I'm Martin Martin, the owner of this business.
Partial owner, and I'm Steve Martin.
Steve Martin? My God!
No, not that Steve Martin.
I'm Marianne Burke. This is my cabana boy, Fritz.
Ah, your personal attendant, madam. I wish you'd stop telling people I'm your cabana boy.
You look really familiar. Have we met?
I don't believe so, sir.
Tell us what we can do for you.
Well, my horse, Sir Trots-A-Lot, is about to die. And the vet said I should find somewhere to take him before he dies, because it's much easier to transport a live horse than a dead horse.
Very true. We have a shed out back just for that. That's still there, right?
Yeah. We can make him quite comfortable on what's basically an elevator lift up to the cremation device. It's almost impossible for two men to move a horse once it's passed, but if we can get him there on his own, he'll be quite comfortable.
It's very sad to think of him like this. He was a prize-winning racehorse in his day.
Really?
Oh, yes.
She snaps her fingers, and Fritz crosses to her and hands her some faded newspaper clippings.
See? He raced the Kentucky Downs, the Louisiana Downs, all the Downs really, until he fell down after the Downs. A charity race for Down syndrome. He landed right on top of me. I broke 17 bones in my body. I love that horse.
Whoa, he was a huge deal. Is this true? He won over $1 million?
Try 5 million. And even after he fell, he couldn't race anymore. He brought in almost $1 million a year in stud fees.
Why are you bringing him here?
Well, he's from here. I bought him as a young colt, right over the hill there. And I want him to rest in his homeland.
Of course you do, and you should.
This horse is my life. And I want everything you've got. I saw your commercial and I want everything.
What?
Money is no object. This horse made me a very rich woman, and I love him far more than I loved any of my husbands. I want him celebrated and commemorated the way he deserves.
Oh, well, yes, certainly.
He goes to the counter and gets a clipboard.
You want him cremated, obviously.
I want him cremated and his ashes buried. When my 5th husband died, I sprinkled his ashes in the parking lot of the Olive Garden where we met. And I saw a dog literally lick him up. That was fine for him. He liked dogs, but I won't have that for my horse.
Very well. You do know that would be very expensive for an animal of his size.
Shut it. Now, of course, that's the wise thing to do. Now, when you say you want all the services...
I want a funeral service. You do funerals. Good. And I want everything else you do.
Well, we have quite a large catalog of options. You want the pendant?
Yes.
The commemorative t-shirts and mugs?
Yes.
The garden headstone and silver charms with his nose and hoof print?
Marianne grabs him forcefully.
Yes. Yes. Yes! I want all of it.
Ow, your arms are really strong.
How do you think I got the specimen for my stud fees? I want everything.
Okay, with the approximate weight of a horse, obituary, funeral service, headstone, tractor equipment for the burial, everything in the catalog.
In every color. Guess what my grandkids are getting for Christmas this year?
Well, we're looking at about $25,000.
Fine. Do you take cash?
Yeah.
I'll have my vet service drop him off this afternoon. Hopefully he doesn't drop dead before then.
Very well. If you could just sign this, signing him over to our care.
I'm leaving town on Saturday, so we'll have to have the funeral service on Friday.
That's in 3 days. Wow, that's a really small window of time to get all this done.
But it's no problem, and we'll be glad to do it. Of course, we'll have to rush order everything, which will cost more. In fact, I'd say it will almost double the price.
That's fine. Thank you, boys. You don't know what this means to me. Wait till I tell my friends that Steve Martin is creating my horse.
Fritz follows her as she exits. Steve and Marty stand dumbfounded for a moment, then look at each other with wild disbelief. They start to laugh and hysterically high-five each other, dancing around the floor. Scene 4, the house. Steve and Marty stand center, excitedly talking to Bryony, Erica, and Todd.
$50,000?
That's right. They dropped off the horse this afternoon and the funeral's on Friday.
Oh my gosh, can I cater it?
Yeah, you can. This old broad will pay for anything.
Even getting it taxidermied.
No, I think she just wants it cremated.
Ah, come on. I want on the gravy train. Like, just let me show her my work. She'll change her mind.
Erica, you want some work for the next few days? We've got a lot to do.
Funeral Friday, party on Saturday. Woo! I'm going to get my own place and get it out of here. This is going to turn my whole life around.
We can move out of this crappy house.
I can quit the diner and start my business. And we can finally get married.
Hell yeah! You can get married. We can get married. Everyone's getting married.
Wait, what?
Who am I marrying?
Got carried away, but they can get married.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
I would like to propose a toast.
He runs to the kitchen and looks for something to toast with. There's nothing. He finally finds an open can of V8 and pours it into 5 paper cups.
Hey, I was drinking that.
This is a testament to our lives.
He distributes the cups and holds his aloft.
Today, we drink V8. Saturday, champagne. I would just like to say it's been a really crappy few years for everyone in this circle, especially you, Todd. But we've held on, and we've persevered, and it's paid off because things are about to change for us. Well, not you, Todd, but the rest of us.
Why am I even a part of this toast?
I don't know, you're always at our house. Let's raise a glass to a dead horse.
To a dead horse!
Scene 5. The pet funeral home the next morning. Marty stands at the counter doing paperwork. Steve enters from the employees only door and crosses to Marty.
It's still alive.
What?
The horse. I just went out to the shed to get started and it's still alive.
That's weird. It was barely standing when it got here last night.
Well, it's a problem. We can't get started on anything until it kicks it.
Sure we can. I'm halfway through the obit and Erica is out getting supplies for the funeral.
Well, we can't cremate it until after we've made the prints, and we can't.
You can make the prints now.
Not the nose prints. I can't shove a horse's nose into wet cement while it's still alive.
Sounds like it would solve 2 problems. Look, we said we do life to death transitions. So transition it. What do you usually do?
I don't want to tell you.
Why? Is it gross? I can handle it. I was in the clink.
It's just, Dad told me when you help something pass from one life to the next, you should think about how you'd want to transition. You'd want to be warm and calm and feel safe and comfortable. So I sit next to it and talk to it and pet it. And light incense and lay a silk sheet on it and play Enya.
There it is.
I didn't think I'd have to do all that for this one. I just thought it would be on by now.
So transition it a little faster.
You were sick. We'll be back.
Steve exits. Marty turns back to the counter and Erica enters through the front door with her arms full of boxes and supplies.
Okay, I got the guest book, the easel for his picture, and Bryony asked me to drop off some of the dishes and serving bowls. She's dropping off the rest in a minute.
You can set them right over here. Look, you don't have to help out with this just because Steve asked you to.
No, it fits perfectly with the trajectory of my life. I lose everything, move home, and help organize a horse funeral.
Hey, you're a good actress. It will happen for you.
Thanks. You're a lot nicer than my last boyfriend. I mean, not that you're I just meant, I really don't think it's a good idea. And since I just got back into town and all.
Did you just start dating me and break up with me in the same sentence? Well, let me know if you start dating me again.
He gives her a wink and heads out the employees only door. When it opens, soft light and the strains of Enya's Only Time pour through.
Close the door.
The door closes. Bryony enters carrying a large stack of chocolate.
Oh, let me help you with that.
Thank you. Just trying to transport as much as I can ahead of time. do you think it's bad luck to use a chocolate fountain at a horse funeral that you're also planning to use at your wedding? I don't think so. I'm not just like one of those women who's dying to get married, you know?
What?
I know I talk about it a lot, but I'm not that woman.
I know. You wouldn't have waited around so long for one guy if you just wanted to get married.
I have my own business, you know, and I'm good. I'm really good. Just wait until you see this horse funeral. I'm making stallions.
Why are you telling me this?
Sorry. I think I just feel, I know you've been in the big city, having your exciting life, being a star, dating exciting men, and you come back here and I am still here. I feel like I haven't made any progress in my life.
Well, if dating a guy who turns out to be married and being murdered in 6 independent films counts as an exciting life, I win. I was kind of surprised you guys aren't married yet. You know, what's his deal?
He's a perfectionist. He just doesn't want to get married until everything's perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call bull on that.
I would too, but I don't know. The other option is he just doesn't want to marry me.
Hey, I saw the way he looked at you the other night. He loves you.
I'm really glad this funeral came along because I was about to... Never mind.
Oh, this sounds juicy. You were about to what?
I catered a wedding a few months ago, and the bakery that did the cake liked my stuff and wanted to go into business with me.
That's amazing.
It is. It was completely amazing, but it's in Pittsburgh. Like, I'd have to move there, which is fine if I'm not getting married.
You were thinking of leaving?
Well, if he's not going to propose, yeah. I'm not going to wait here forever. Just 22 years. I have my pride.
Well, yeah, 23 is the traditional breaking point.
But then his dad died, so I didn't want to leave him. And now everything's going to be fine.
When did their dad die?
Late last year. Get this. He's alive, Steve goes to pick Marty up from jail, and by the time they get back, he's dead. I think he just didn't want to see Marty.
Oh, come on, Marty's a good guy.
Way down under 1,000 feet of crap, you may be right. I'm off to get more scallions. Oh, and don't tell anyone about Pittsburgh, would you?
Of course not.
Bryony exits, the front door opens, and Marianne enters with Fritz.
Hello?
She walks over to Erica and kisses her on the cheek.
Hello, Julianne, dear.
Do I know you?
I think she's confused. She gets like that sometimes. She thinks you're her daughter. Mrs. Burke, I don't think this is Julianne. I believe this is... Erica. Oh, hey, Erica.
Fritz, you're an idiot. Julianne, will you please tell Steve Martin that this is the photo I'd like to use for the t-shirts, mugs, calendars, and such?
Sure. This is a really nice picture of him.
It was his profile picture on studfinder.com. It's like eHarmony for horses.
Great.
Marty enters from the employees only door. Again, Enya can be heard.
Ms. Burke!
I brought the picture you requested. Has he...
Yes, he's passed on.
Oh, Julianne!
He throws himself into Erica's arms. Erica looks perplexed as she plays along.
Remember the time he kicked over the space heater in the barn? He burned down over 700 acres and all the other animals in the barn were burned to a crisp. But he managed to save himself. He was such a good horse.
There. We will give him a fitting tribute, I promise you.
Thank you. Oh, I wanted to check. I don't know much about these things. Is it customary to tip on these types of services?
Yes. 25% is customary.
Glad I checked. I want to make sure to have enough cash with me.
Now, you go rest up. Tomorrow you can take in the sights of Beaver Creek, and we'll see you at noon on Friday.
Marianne and Fritz head for the door. Fritz exits first. Marianne lingers a moment, looking around, confused.
Fritz, we're leaving.
I've already left, madam.
Oh, all right. Julianne, lay off the cookies, dear, and help me to the car.
Erica complies begrudgingly, and she and Marianne exit. As she does, Steve enters from the employees only door. Soft, instrumental music can be heard.
Who was that?
Old broad dropped off his picture.
Was she upset that he's still alive?
I told her he was dead.
You what?
If she knew he was still back there, she'd want to go see him. I couldn't let her see your voodoo horse ceremony.
Still, that is unethical.
You're right. Guess I'll tell her not to tip us on Friday after all.
She's tipping us?
25%.
That is also unethical. I really hope this horse dies soon. My voice is getting really tired from singing all this Enya.
Scene 6. The next morning, the pet funeral home. After a moment, Steve enters from the employees only door. The soft light and Enya play through the door. Steve looks terrible. He is wearing the same clothes as the day before. His hair is disheveled. He clearly hasn't slept. He stumbles over and sits in one of the comfy chairs. A moment. Marty enters, bright-eyed and energetic.
Good morning. Guess what today is? The last day that we're poor. Whoa, you look like shit. Long night cremating, huh?
No, it's still alive.
What?
I think it's getting better. It ate an apple out of my hand.
Why are you feeding it?
We have to feed it. It's still alive.
Well, of course it is. If you feed it.
I think we have to start preparing ourselves that this might not happen.
Oh, no. No, you don't. This is happening. I don't care how it happens, but it happens. This is the last day that I'm poor. The last day I'm poor.
Look, I think we need to call Marianne.
We are not doing that.
And tell her the situation.
Are you kidding me?
And see what she wants to do.
She already thinks it's dead. If we tell her now, she's gonna sue us. And if she doesn't, she's gonna take it with her on Saturday. And then goodbye buying new houses. Goodbye marrying Bryony and letting her start her business. Goodbye awesome speedboat painted like a shark that Eric and I ride around the world on while we make love on piles of money.
How much do you think we're getting paid?
Enough to change it all, man. All of it. We gotta kill that horse.
Marty.
We got to do it. We can poison it. We can shoot it. I can hit it with a shovel.
Marty.
Or, we can just stop feeding it.
But there's a clear right and wrong here.
Is there? Steve, do you really think that horse is going to live much beyond tomorrow anyway?
I admit it seems unlikely.
Why not end its suffering while it can still help us?
Look.
We are good people. You are a good person, and you've been struggling along, doing the right thing your whole life. Where has it gotten you? Really? Where? I mean, is this the life you wanted?
No. I wanted to be a boy soprano, but money can't buy that.
Look, dreams die. Horses die. Someday we will die, but for now, we can try to get the life that we should have had all along. What is the absolute latest that this horse can die of natural causes and we can still pull off this funeral?
Tonight, if it's gone by, I don't know, 8 and we work through the night, we could still do it.
Okay. Okay. I'll give you until 8 tonight. And if it hasn't kicked it by then, we can talk about a new plan. Until then, we prepare as if everything's on track.
Okay. Can we not tell Bryony about this?
Dude, minimize the witnesses. I get it. I was in the clink.
Not what I meant.
I'm going to go Google how to poison. Minimize the witnesses.
Close the door.
Marty comes back and closes the door. Bryony enters with an armload of dishes.
Hey, love. Oh, you know the horseshoe of roses they put on the winner of the Kentucky Derby? I'm going to make one out of radish roses for the funeral. I'm pretty excited about it.
How do you come up with these things?
It's no big deal.
It is a big deal. I don't understand your brain. Who looks at an eggplant and sees a penguin or a radish and sees a rose? You see like the best version of everything.
Are you okay?
I didn't sleep last night. But that's not the point. You just make everything around you better. Me included.
I just like to make things special. That's why I love my business. I get to take special occasions and make them more special. Oh, which reminds me, I gave my notice at the diner today.
You what?
Thursday's my last shift. Oh, I can't tell you how good it felt. I walked right up to Marlene and I said, "You can take this pepper and stuff it. I'm out of here."
You didn't.
No, that was my dream speech. I chickened out and just said I quit, but it still felt really good.
I don't know if that's a good idea yet.
Why not?
I just want you to.
We're about to come into a lot of money. Why wouldn't I quit the diner?
Well, you never know what might happen.
What's going to happen?
Nothing. I just don't think we should go making any big life plans yet.
Like getting married?
Like anything. Look, it's just.
Here we go. It's just what this time, Steve.
It's not like that. Look, the horse isn't.
I have been waiting for you for 22 years.
Can we cool it with that? We couldn't get married when we were 10, so you've only been waiting like 14 years.
You have always said that it was about the money, but you are about to have a lot of money. So it clearly isn't that. Why don't you want to marry me?
I didn't say that.
Well, this sounds like the beginning of speech I've heard before. You say all these things about how I make you a better man, and it's just words, Steve. No action. You never do anything.
You're being really irrational.
You're being irrational. If you'll excuse me, I have to go make a dozen horses out of zucchinis. You know what? I'm moving to Pittsburgh. I'm good at what I do, and I am moving to Pittsburgh. You can take that pepper and stuff it.
She storms out of the funeral home and into the house. Bryony paces furiously back and forth. Erica enters from the outside door carrying some flowers.
Jeez, what's wrong with you?
Oh, nothing. Just realizing I've wasted my entire life.
What's going on?
He's not going to propose. He all but told me this morning. He has the money, and he's not going to do it.
Are you sure?
Well, does, sound like a man who's ready for a lifetime commitment to you? All this time, I thought it was the money. He just doesn't want to marry me. I told him I'm moving to Pittsburgh.
Are you?
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, I said it mostly to hurt him, but I quit the diner and I'm in a dead-end relationship and oh God, I quit the diner and I'm in a dead-end relationship. The room is spinning.
Well, it's going to be okay. Just sit down. You're doing the right thing. Men are the worst.
Shut up. Your arms are full of flowers.
Yikes. Sorry. Look, take it from someone who knows. You're going to be okay.
What are you basing this on? Your house is full of dead animals and you're dating Marty. Are you okay? Is this my future?
Believe me, hear where you're coming from, but look, Marty's sweet. He's really sweet, and I think this could be something for real. Look, he just went to get me a chicken parmesan sandwich. Chicken parmesan.
That's a really good sandwich.
It's a really good sandwich. You want half?
No, I have to go to the market and make zucchinis for the funeral.
You're still going to cater the funeral?
Of course. I can't start my new job in Pittsburgh by bailing on a job here.
Good point. Here, I'll go to the store with you.
As the two start to leave, Marty enters with a paper bag.
Hey, there's my best girl. And here, madam, is your very, very special sandwich.
Chicken parmesan, oui.
I'm gonna puke.
I'm gonna run the store with Bryony. Just leave it on the counter and I'll eat it when I get back, okay?
Your wish is my command.
Erica and Bryony exit. Marty sets the sandwich on the counter. Steve enters.
Is Bryony cooled off? I need to talk to her.
She just left. Why?
What? Where'd she go? Pittsburgh?
The store. What is wrong with you?
This is all your fault. She comes in there wanting some fancy engagement ring, but I can't promise her one because the horse won't die. And you told everyone it was dead, and I can't tell her and she'll get pissed that we lied, but then she thought I didn't want to propose, so that she got pissed anyway and told me she's moving to Pittsburgh.
Oh, buddy. Here, I got you this sandwich.
What am I going to do?
Steve, it's me, Marty. I have a solution to all of these problems.
We tell the truth?
Of course not.
He pulls a pamphlet out of his back pocket.
Have you ever heard of carbon cremations?
No.
It's a process by which super smart science guys extract the carbon from cremated remains, turn them up to 1 billion degrees, press it together really tight, and
He pulls a diamond ring out of his pocket.
it makes a diamond.
What?
Todd told me about it this afternoon. Apparently, it's his plan B if the taxidermy doesn't work out. Look, diamonds are made of carbon. Living things are made of carbon, so you can make a living thing into a diamond.
How does this help us?
Let's say that horse out there doesn't kick it by 8 p.m. We pretend that it did and hold this funeral tomorrow and collect our money.
That was your plan before.
No, in that plan, we kill the horse. In this plan, you let that horse live. Hell, feed it apples for another week if it wants. Then, when it dies of its own natural causes, we cash in again by turning this horse into like 1,000 diamonds. Who knows how many diamonds you can get out of a horse?
Marty, this costs like $1,000 to make a diamond. Who's going to pay more than that for diamonds made of a horse? He asked, as if that's the major hole in this idea.
We're not going to sell them to Zales or somewhere that's going to verify them. We're going to sell them on the black market.
Of course.
We'll take that 65,000 and turn it into 1 million. At least. They look like real diamonds, right?
Where did you get this?
Todd, I guess he ordered it online for research. This ring used to be
He reads a paper that came with it.
Mrs. Sipowicz.
Ah,
Whoa, careful. He's just letting me borrow it so I can show you. So what do you say?
Marty, every time I think you can't get any more corrupt, you astound me.
Thank you.
No. No to all of this. I can't believe I sat here and listened for this long.
Hey, don't decide yet. Just think about it.
Hands him the ring.
Hold on to it. Look at it. Think about it. And come 8 o'clock, if that horse hasn't died, or you just ask yourself, would you rather let it live and turn it into thousands of beautiful diamonds, or pump its stomach full of gasoline? Those are your options.
Why are those my options?
The sound of a car pulling up outside. Steve looks out the window.
It's Bryony. Get this diamond out of here. If she sees me holding a diamond ring and it's not for her, it's going to be my funeral tomorrow.
No. Keep it. Think about it.
I don't want your dead lady diamond.
Bryony and Erica's voices can be heard approaching the house. Steve tries to put the diamond in his pocket, but realizes he doesn't have any pockets. He runs in a panicked circle, trying to figure out where to hide it. Erica enters, and in a panic, he shoves it into the chicken parmesan sandwich and strikes a casual pose.
Hey, Steve.
Hey! Hey,
Look, you really need to talk to Bryony. But if I were you, I wouldn't do it right now. The market was out of zucchinis and she had to go with yellow squash and she is pissed. I'd give her some space if I were you.
good idea.
He grabs the sandwich and starts to leave.
Ha! Nice try. No stealing my sandwich.
It's my sandwich.
No, it's mine. Marty got it for me and left it right there. It's chicken parmesan.
Of course he did.
Bryony approaches the door, and right before she enters, she drops her grocery bag, and dozens of yellow squash fall all over the ground.
Oh,
Steve, eager not to see Bryony, starts to run, but Erica grabs the sandwich. Steve silently flips out, but Bryony stands up and is about to see him, so he runs through the pet funeral home door.
these cheap bags. Now all these squash are bruised. Look at these. I can't make horses out of these.
Honey, you need to calm down. Look, I will pick up all of these squash. You go lie down, okay?
Okay, I will. Thank you so much, Erica. This is just the worst day.
She drops the squash on the floor again and goes to the bedroom. Erica bends down and collects all of the squash. She sits on a stool and removes the sandwich from its remaining bag. She takes a bite, chews and swallows as normal. She takes another bite and bites down hard on something.
Ow, what's the...
She reaches in her mouth and pulls out the ring. She looks at it a long moment. She goes to the sink and rinses it off.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Marty!
She dances around the room, holding the ring up to the light and prancing joyfully. She hears footsteps approaching the door and quickly takes off the ring and shoves it back in the sandwich, then sits nonchalantly. Todd enters, carrying a taxidermied rabbit.
Oh, Todd.
Oh, Todd, I thought you were Marty.
Nope, just me. I finished this morning and I wanted to show the boys. Look.
Sweet Lord, what happened to it?
Yeah, I found it on the side of the road. Someone ran it over. Some parts were pretty flat and some parts weren't exactly recognizable, but I filled in what was missing with pieces of that cat I started last week, see?
I see.
But don't you worry, I got the mess all but contained to my room and the bathroom now. So you should be able to move in by next week. You'll just have to only shower in the front part of the shower.
I might not need to.
No, you will. The back part's full of antlers.
Todd, can I tell you a secret? I think Marty's gonna propose.
What?
He bought me the sandwich and I just found a diamond ring in it.
Oh my God! Oh, what a coinkydink! I just gave him a diamond ring. Wait, haven't you only been together like 2 days?
Yeah, but it's Marty.
And he's proposing by shoving a ring in a sandwich.
Todd, it's Marty, and it's chicken parmesan.
What are you gonna say?
You know, I'm gonna say yes. He's funny. He makes me feel good about myself, which is a nice change. And after tomorrow, he's gonna be able to take care of me.
So let me see the ring.
I put it back in the sandwich. I don't want him to know I already found it.
Just take it out and let me see it.
No, just wait. It's all covered in marinara sauce. I want you to see it nice. I can't get engaged wearing this. I'm gonna go buy a new dress. My proposal dress.
Yeah.
Oh, and Todd, if you see Bryony, don't mention anything about this, okay? She's having a terrible day, and she and Steve basically broke up this morning, and I think the news like this might push her over the edge into some kind of psychotic break.
Really? She and Steve broke up?
Stop trying to look in that sandwich. Bye.
Erica leaves. Todd sits a moment, then sneakily tries to open the sandwich again. He pokes around in it a little. Bryony enters.
Oh, Todd, hi. Can you get that thing off my counter, please?
Oh, of course.
He takes the sandwich off the table.
The squirrel, Todd. I meant the squirrel.
Oh, it's a rabbit with cat features. A cabbit, if you will. Or a rat. Listen, Bryony, I heard about you and Steve, and I just want to say, I'm really sorry.
Thanks.
You're a first-class lady, and he's a fool if he doesn't want to marry you.
Thank you. I am a first-class lady. I'm kind, and I can make an animal out of any vegetable. And I just keep thinking, is it something I did? Is it something I didn't do? And you know what? I don't think I'm the problem.
She slams the squash down on the table, startling Todd, so he drops the sandwich. As she continues to rant, he drops to the floor, trying to clean it up unseen.
And life is short, and my best years are behind me now, and I spent them with someone who I thought loved me, but who must not have loved me at all.
Todd gets the sandwich cleaned up. He spots the ring on the floor and crawls over to get it.
I just want to be with a man with some balls who goes for what he wants, you know?
She turns around just in time to see Todd kneeling next to her, holding the ring.
Oh my God.
What? Oh.
Todd, are you proposing to me?
Okay.
You know what? What the hell? Yes, yes.
Really?
Sure. What's all over this ring?
Marinara sauce.
I don't even care.
She rips it off and puts it on and kisses him forcefully.
Want to move to Pittsburgh?
Sure, there's dead animals there, too.
Steve enters.
Oh, Steve. Hello, Steve. I'd like you to know that Todd and I here are getting married.
What?
You see, Todd's a man of action. And as soon as he heard we broke up, he went out and got me a ring and proposed like a man.
That's a nice ring, Todd. Where did you get it?
It's Italian.
You don't even care? He proposes to the love of your life, and you have nothing to say? Punch him, Steve.
Whoa, what?
I'm not gonna punch him. Todd, what is wrong with you?
It's my ring, and I love her. We both make animals, and we're moving to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
I'm so excited. It's all so sudden.
Erica enters, and Bryony holds out a ring.
Erica, we're gonna be sisters.
Why are you wearing my ring?
What?
That's my ring. Todd, what's going on?
Bryony and I are getting married.
What?
Marty enters.
Marty, tell them that's the ring you're proposing to me with.
Whoa, what?
I gotta go.
He picks up his rabbit and runs out the door.
You don't have to play dumb. I found it in the sandwich and I say yes.
This is my ring, and Todd and I are getting married.
No, it's mine. Please give me my ring. Tell her, Marty.
Steve, what did you do?
Nothing. He never does anything.
Give it to me.
Everyone starts to shout over each other, yelling angrily. Todd meekly sneaks in the front door.
Guys? Guys! The horse is gone.
What?
I just walked by the shed, and it's gone. There's hoof prints leading right outside.
That's not possible. How would it have gotten out?
Did you close the door?
Blackout. End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. In the darkness, sets of flashlights appear. All characters wander around a dark stage searching for the horse. We hear voices in the dark.
Sir Trots-A-Lot, where are you?
Please come here. Please. I'll give you an apple. I'll give you anything you want.
Here, horsey, horsey, horsey.
Where the F is that horse?
Can we go home? I'm tired.
Lights up on stage left where Bryony and Steve search.
I can't believe you didn't bother to tell me the horse was alive. Oh wait, yes, I can. There's a lot of things you don't bother to do.
What are we gonna do? I'm getting sued. I'm going to jail. I'm having a nervous breakdown.
You lost your girlfriend today. Does that factor into your breakdown?
Well, apparently she had a backup boyfriend, so I think she's fine. By the way, your ring's a dead lady.
Lights down and up on Erica and Marty as they search.
I was just kidding, when I said I would marry you. I knew that ring was fake. I was just messing with you.
Yeah? Well, you're like a phenomenal actress because that was terrifying.
Yeah, I bet I made that seem real.
You sure did.
If this was one of my student vampire films, this would be the part where I get murdered and you'd feel really bad for being mean to me before I died.
That would be great.
Lights down on them and up on Todd, who sits alone, making shadow puppets with his flashlight.
It's a duck. Quack, quack, quack.
Lights down on Todd, lights up on Erica and Steve, who now search together.
And I just don't get what she's so pissed about. And Marty's mad at me and everyone's mad. I didn't even do anything.
I know. And Bryony's all mad that I tried to take a ring. And Marty's like, I hope you get murdered in the woods. And everyone's mad at me too.
I'm not mad at you.
Hey, I'm not mad at you either.
Hey!
They hug and the lights go down on them. Lights up on Bryony and Marty.
And I'm like, just kill the horse, Steve, and will he do it? No!
And I'm like, just propose to me, Steve, and will he do it?
No!
Lights down, lights up on Todd, still alone with his flashlight.
Guys, I'm scared. Guys! No! No!
It's over here!
I hear it!
They all come and shine on Todd, who continues to neigh.
Todd, what is wrong with you?
This is hopeless. We've been searching for hours.
It probably wouldn't have gotten as far if someone hadn't been building its strength up with apples.
I'm calling it. It's over. We've just got to come clean and deal with the consequences.
That is the last thing we should do. We have like 5 or 6 options before it gets to that point.
No, Marty. I'm out. I'm done.
What a surprise. I'm in. Whatever it is, I'm in.
Me too, because we're a couple.
Listen, we can still pull this off. Almost everything can be done without the horse's physical remains.
What about all the nose prints and stuff?
It's a good point. We will need some certain animal parts to complete parts of the service. If only we knew someone with access to a lot of dead animal parts.
Yeah. Oh. No. No. My animals are for art, not deception.
No one could tell a horse nose print from a moose nose print.
My moose is not for your use.
Come on, Todd, we're a couple.
Okie doke.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Have you all lost your minds?
Steve, if you'd done the first dishonest thing I asked you to do, we wouldn't be in this mess. Now, give us the keys to the building and keep your yap shut.
No.
Steve, you won't survive the clink. You're weak. You won't break the rules, and you're named Steve Martin. You'll be dead by lunch the first day. Just hand over the keys.
Steve reluctantly tosses him the keys.
Good man. Erica, go get the shirts. Bryony, go get the food. Todd, go get that moose. Steve, we're digging the grave.
You said you'd keep me out of it.
Dude, I have my own keys. But thanks to these, you're a willing participant, which is what I will tell the police if this thing goes south.
They exit. Todd turns to Bryony.
Did I show you my duck?
He holds up his shadow puppet.
There are so many ways to make animals!
Scene 2. Later that night. The pet cemetery near the pet funeral home. Steve and Marty dig in silence. Marty digs the top part of the grave and Steve digs the bottom part. They dig in a rhythm. Their action indicates that Marty is accidentally throwing dirt back in Steve's part of the grave.
Didn't Dad have a tractor that did this?
Apparently you have to start it every few years or it dies out. We haven't needed it.
I say tomorrow night, when we have all our money, we shove that tractor into the middle of the building and burn the whole thing to the ground. One last big cremation, huh?
Not burning anything to the ground. Keeping it.
Keeping it? We're about to be able to live our wildest fantasy. In your wildest fantasy in which we get filthy rich, you keep running a failing pet funeral home?
$65,000 is not as much as you think it is. We can't just quit our lives.
We can, though. Especially if we find that horse and join the diamond business. We'll never have to work again.
I don't want that. I want to work.
Here?
Is nothing sacred to you? This was Dad's business. This is all we have left of him, and you want to corrupt it and burn it and charge by the inch for ferrets. He worked hard for this business. This wasn't just a job to him. It mattered to him to be able to do something to help people when they lost their pets. He cared about dignity and respect, and he left it to me, and I've just run it into the ground.
Us. You said he left it to you. He left it to us.
Sure.
Steve?
He didn't leave it to you. He left it to me. Just me.
What?
We're in jail, Marty.
That son of a... For selling rainwater?
No, for doing what you always do. Barreling ahead without thinking at all. Of course he didn't leave it to you.
Then why did you tell me he did?
I felt sorry for you. I was afraid if you didn't have something steady, you'd cook up another scheme and end up back in jail. And yet, somehow, I find myself digging a grave for a fake horse funeral.
Hey, I am full of good ideas for this place. At least I'm out hustling, trying to make this place profitable instead of in the back throwing a frou-frou death ceremony.
You stop it. Dad loved those. He worked really hard so that nothing ever had to die alone and sad and scared. And you know what?
What?
After spending his whole life doing that, guess how Dad died? Alone. And sad and probably scared. I wanted to be there for him the way he'd been there for all of those animals. But do you know where I was? Picking you up from jail. Dad didn't get his hand held. He didn't get the incense or the silk sheet or the soothing Enya music. He didn't get any of it because of you. Because you ruin everything. All you ever do is make my life harder. Even with Bryony, things that with her and I were fine, and then you show up and give me some corpse ring, and I may have lost her.
You can't blame Bryony on me. You had 22 years to marry that girl.
14.
And you didn't do it. Because why? You're not a doer, man. You're a sitter and a worrier and a woe is me-er. Sitting around feeling sorry for yourself instead of finding any way to solve your life. You wanted to be a singer. What happened to that?
That's not realistic.
You didn't even try. You had a dream and you didn't do it. You just fell into Dad's old business. Yeah, maybe I come up with a lot of half-baked ideas, but at least I'm doing something. You are your own problem, and I do not make your life harder.
He angrily turns to dig, throwing dirt in Steve's part of the grave without noticing.
Are you filling my part back in?
Okay, other than that. Why haven't you married Bryony? Really?
I'm going to.
Come on.
I'm waiting until she's told to get pregnant.
You don't want her to get fat. I get it.
No, it isn't that.
You don't want to be a dad?
No, I do. I really do. It's just, I don't want her to die.
Did you miss sex ed day? Because that's not how that works.
That's how it worked when Mom had you.
Steve, come on, you know that.
I know that she was here, and then you were here, and she was not. I know that our whole lives you were Mr. Popular, Mr. Funny, Mr. Adventure, screwing everything up from the moment you were born, and no one cared. Meanwhile, I'm over here cleaning up all of your messes.
Yeah, I feel so bad for you. Over there is Dad's favorite, while nothing I do is good enough for him. Every time I thought I had a great new idea, and this time Dad would be proud of me, it somehow backfired because, oh, I don't know, the pudding cups were expired, or there weren't enough chickens, or there was a different mailman that day.
What ideas were these?
And then I think, wow, well, Dad must have been proud of me on some level, after all, to leave me part of his business. But he didn't, because he wasn't. You think my life is some great time? Steve, look at where I'm at right now. Look at
I'm
what
in here
I'm doing.
too. I don't feel bad for you.
You know what? You hate me so much. I make your life so hard. Fine. I thought I had some legal obligation here, but I don't. After tomorrow, I'm taking my money and I'm leaving. And you will never, ever see me again.
Good.
And Bryony's leaving, and Todd and Erica are leaving, so you can just live here all alone with no one to push you to live your life.
Sounds good to me.
Marty and Steve angrily dig. Marty again throws dirt in Steve's part of the grave.
I will kill you.
Scene 3. The next day, at the pet funeral home. The room has been set up with a few rows of chairs facing the center of the room. There is a podium up front with a large blown-up picture of Sir Trots-A-Lot perched on an easel. A table to the side is covered in food and horses made of yellow squash. Bryony enters, wearing a t-shirt with a picture of the horse, and which reads, R.I.P. Sir Trots-A-Lot. She heads over to the food table and rearranges the food, meticulously arranging things. Steve enters, wearing a matching R.I.P. Sir Trots-A-Lot shirt.
Hello.
Hello. The food looks really amazing, Bryony.
I know. They're gonna love it in Pittsburgh.
You're not really going, are you?
Yep. Tonight, after I get my money.
Look, you know, now you know why I was hesitant to propose. Because the horse wasn't dead. I should have told you. Marty says I'm not a doer, that I just let things happen to me, and I think he may actually be right about something for once, but I'm doing something now. I'm asking you not to go.
You're a doer now? Prove it.
Erica and Marty enter, also wearing the shirts.
Okay, I have the rest.
She hands out baseball hats to each of them. Each has the matching photo of Sir Trots-A-Lot.
Ugh. Do we have to wear these?
Yes, I drove 2 hours to pick them up.
Todd enters, breathless, with a paper bag in his hand. He's wearing a plain white t-shirt that he clearly tried to draw on with a Sharpie to look like the other shirts. The result is a childlike drawing of a horse, which reads, R.I.P. Sir Shits-A-Lot.
You guys.
What are you wearing?
Well, Erica said there weren't enough shirts for me, so I made my own. You guys, I saw...
Sir Shits-A-Lot? What is wrong with you?
What? Oh, no! I couldn't remember. Oh, I knew it was something with diarrhea, but I guessed wrong. Yeah. The first one I made said Sir Runs-A-Lot, but it's the Trots. The Trots.
It's not the trots, it's trotting. It's something horses do.
So is this. You guys,
You can't wear that to the funeral.
What? This took me all night.
Really?
No time. You guys, I was on the way over here and I saw the horse.
Wait,
no!
where? What? Where?
Just over the hill. I was able to catch it.
Oh, that's amazing.
God, we're saved.
Probably came through.
But then it got away when I stopped to pick up some dead birds.
Oh my God, I'm going to kill you. So it's just still out there?
I guess.
We're screwed. If the old lady sees that horse out there, it's over. We're finished. I can't breathe.
He starts to hyperventilate, and Todd hands him the bag he was holding. Steve breathes into it, then coughs furiously. When he pulls his face away from the bag, feathers billow out around him.
Ooh, careful, that's full of dead birds.
He takes out the bag and pulls out an awkward cement shape.
And the moose nose print.
What the hell is this? It doesn't look like anything.
It looks like a nose print.
It looks like a big cement turd, Todd.
Hey, I shoved a moose's nose in cement for this. And now its nose is rock hard. I can't even taxidermy it.
Yeah, well, it looks so much worse than all your other animals.
Bryony, are you going to let them talk to me like this? I see. You know what? I've had enough of you. Of all of you. I've done nothing but help you all. And all you've done is make fun of my shirt and get mad at me for losing the horse and criticize my moose and inhale my birds. Fine. You don't want my help? I'm done. You're all terrible people.
He turns to leave and drops his moose nose in the paper bag. It's so heavy that he loses his grip, and the bag lands on his foot along with 6 or 7 dead birds.
Oh, son of a...
He picks everything up and hobbles out.
What are we going to do? She's going to see it. The horse is out there somewhere.
We just have to keep her away from the window. If we flip it so that the podium is over here, her back will be to the window the whole time. We get her in, do the funeral, get our money, and send her home. Bryony, you got booze over there?
Crown Royal, obviously. He was a crown winner. Does no one appreciate themes?
That's a stretch at best, but it will work. We have to get her hammered. She's leaving tomorrow, then we're home free. We can do this. Nobody puss out on me. This is the last day I'm poor. This is...
Marianne enters somberly, followed by Fritz.
A very somber occasion. Marianne, welcome. Fritz, welcome. Right this way, please. Have a drink.
I don't drink when I'm sad.
If I may say so, being sad is the best time to drink.
I'll take them.
He takes both drinks and downs them.
And you shouldn't drink either, Julianne. You know how you get. No one needs to see your panties today.
Madam, we've been through this. That isn't Julianne.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry for the mix-up. My daughter, Julianne, was murdered in the woods.
Nope, she wasn't.
Perhaps I need some air before we start.
She starts to head for the door, and everyone looks panicked. Erica jumps into action, racing to Marianne's side.
Mama, it's me, Julianne. Come, sit with me.
What are you doing?
A daughter who was murdered in the woods? I've been training for this role my whole life.
It's all part of the service. Comforting the grieving, no harm done. Don't worry about it. Have a drink.
Fritz downs another drink, and Erica leads Marianne to the front of the room to look at the large picture of the horse.
He was so beautiful. Remember when he kicked you and broke your collarbone, Julianne?
Yes.
And everyone said he had done it on purpose because he was a mean, spiteful horse. And he did. But I think you deserved it. I think you really did, Julianne.
Yes, Mama.
Can we get started, please?
Of course. Everyone, please take your seats. We are gathered here today in memory of Sir Trots-A-Lot, a truly magnificent horse. Sir Trots-A-Lot lived a full life. He was born right here in Beaver Creek, but went on to conquer the world. He will be remembered as a first-class racehorse, the father to many, and a dear friend to his beautiful owner, Ms. Marianne Burke.
If I may, I'd like to say a few words.
She stands up to go to the podium, and a wave of panic goes through the room. At the podium, she'll be facing the window. Marty shoves her back down.
Of course, but first your daughter, Julianne, would like to say a few words.
Marty yanks Erica to the podium.
What can one say about Sir Trots-A-Lot? He was a horse, a white horse. He had 2 ears and 2 eyes. He had 4 hooves and a tail, and apparently broke my collarbone once. But I deserved it because he was a good, fast horse.
As she speaks, Fritz has wandered over to the food table next to Bryony and Steve and is pouring himself another drink.
Crown Royal. Oh, because he won so many crowns.
Yes, thank you.
Is that a scallion? Stallion?
Yes.
You should drizzle it in Italian dressing. Make it an Italian scallion stallion.
Maybe I'll add it to my menu in Pittsburgh. I love that.
I love you. I'm pretty drunk.
You think?
These are amazing. You're amazing.
He leans in toward Bryony and Steve steps between them.
Okay, that's enough of that.
You don't like it? What are you gonna do about it?
So in conclusion, Sir Trots-A-Lot was a tall horse with teeth, and he will be missed.
Julianne, that was terrible. Just like everything else you've ever done. And now I'd like to say a few words.
But first, Fritz would like to say a few words. Fritz, get on up here.
Fritz stumbles to the front.
This horse was a pain in my ass.
Fritz!
He was. I got up at 5 to feed this thing, and it bit me every morning. You think he was named Sir Trots-A-Lot because he was a runner? No, it's because he had worse diarrhea than any animal that ever lived.
That's true.
And who cleaned it up? Me. This was a mean horse with an ice-cold heart. He would look me in my eye, and I could feel him stealing little pieces of my soul. He would just suck it up through his devil nostrils. And even now, I can't believe he's gone. I look out that window, and I swear I still see him.
Bryony looks out the window and gasps audibly. The horse is clearly out there.
That's right. Run. Just keep prancing, you bastard.
For Pete's sake, Fritz, sit down. You're embarrassing yourself.
Fritz is overcome with grief delirium. Happens to us all. Go have a lie down, Fritz.
Now, if I may say a few words.
No, you can't. Not right now.
Why on earth not?
Because
I haven't sung my song.
Oh, how wonderful! Steve Martin is going to sing at my horse funeral.
Steve slowly walks to the front of the room, proudly and with purpose.
I'm very proud to sing here today. This is for my mom and dad, and for you, Bryony. And you, Sir Trots-A-Lot.
Steve snaps his fingers, and Marty presses play on the boombox. An instrumental version of Ave Maria begins.
Take it, Marty.
Ave Maria, gracias, amigo. Maria, I just met a girl named Maria. Bloody, oh, bloody, Elena. Dominus, Dominus, scrotum.
As he sings, Fritz continues to drink. Fritz looks out the window and points.
I'm not horse. That drunk is really out there.
Well, go get it then.
She pushes Fritz out the door and he drunkenly stumbles away. She turns back to watch Steve sing.
Gracias, amiga. Maria, Dios me perdone, Maria. Gracias, amiga.
What the hell was that? I'm going to speak now.
No,
You hush up. This has hardly been the funeral I imagined for my beloved horse, but I am going to speak now, and I would thank you to sit down and let me pay my respects.
She heads up to the podium. Marty rushes up and puts one of the baseball hats on her.
Don't forget your hat.
He tilts it down so the brim is over her eyes.
This is
No.
how all the kids are wearing it now.
No!
Takes it off and throws it on the ground.
Sir Trots-A-Lot was my best friend. I have not lived a life where many people liked me or understood me, but my horse did. Many people said that he was a mean-spirited horse, but I knew that he was not. Sometimes, when I couldn't sleep at night, I would go out to the barn and talk to him. He would listen, unlike most people. He didn't judge me or yell at me or try to take my money. He just loved me in his quiet way. And it's rare to find love in this life. If you find it, you hold on to it. I will miss him more than I can possibly say. And
She pauses a moment, squinting at the window.
oh my God.
She starts to walk towards the window, and right as she approaches it, a large animal head resembling a horse comes in through the window inches from her face. Blackout. Scene 4, the pet funeral home. Fritz pulls a white sheet over Marianne's body on a stretcher as Steve, Marty, Erica, Bryony, and Todd stand with shocked expressions on their faces. Todd holds a grotesque taxidermy's head, the one that came through the window, in his arms.
Just wanted to show her my work. I was so mad at you guys, I wanted to tell her the horse was alive and convince her to let me taxidermy it when it was dead. Do you think it was so lifelike that she thought it was really her horse?
I really don't think that's what happened.
More like she thought it was her actual horse that had been dead for days, come back from hell to haunt her.
Doesn't even look like a horse.
It isn't a horse, it's a number of animals combined, including my moose, to have horse-like features. It was a prototype.
Excuse me. I'll be back.
He wheels the stretcher out of the room.
Feels so weird to have death in this room.
Look, she was old. She got surprised. Same thing would have happened if she walked out of here and a bird spooked her. Or she fell down an elevator shaft. Or she choked on a popcorn kernel. There's a million ways to die, and seeing a fake horse head is one of them.
I have to do some thinking. My art was meant to preserve life, not take it away. Bryony, can I talk to you a moment? I'm very sorry, and please don't become hysterical, but I am calling off our engagement.
Are you sure?
I've been thinking about this ever since Marty mentioned all those ways to die.
Really? Ever since then?
Life is short, and I have to listen to my heart, especially because its beats are often irregular thanks to the taxidermy chemicals in my bathroom. I think deep down you love someone else.
You may be right, Todd.
I saw how you looked at him when he wheeled the old lady out, and I give you my blessing. May I please have Mrs. Sipowicz back?
Bryony looks confused a moment, then realizes and takes off her ring. She hands it to Todd.
I'll never forget the beautiful life we could have had, making animals together.
He leans in to kiss Bryony, who tries to tastefully resist. He tries a few more times and then gives up.
I understand it's too painful.
He exits, dragging his animal head behind him.
So I guess we're not getting paid, huh?
Well, worse than that, now I'm responsible for all these expenses.
So we lost money on this?
Yeah, like all of it. It's gonna sink. You know what? I'm glad we're not getting all that money. We all became awful people from the moment that old lady walked in the door. But I'm kind of glad because being up there today singing was the most alive I've felt in my whole life. I did something, and it makes me want to do other stuff. I thought I needed all that money to make a life for us, and I was scared that I'd impregnate you and you'd die.
Wait, what?
But you know what? You can get startled by an animal carcass and die. Life is short, and I've been stuck in neutral. I have less to offer you now than I ever had before, and if you want to move to Pittsburgh and do your business, I understand. And you should. You're amazing. But, Bryony, if you never forgive me, I want to marry you.
Of course I'll marry you. But please, propose for real later. I can't tell my mother you proposed to me at a horse funeral.
You know what? I want you to add me as part owner of this place. For real.
Why?
Because if you're in crazy debt over this scheme, then I am too. Plus, I really want to stick it to Dad. Now who's a responsible son?
You know what? Add me too. We're family.
Steve is very touched. They all look at Erica, who puts her hands up.
Hey, I've been here for like 2 days. We're not family.
I found a horse running out there. I caught him and stuck him in that shed out back. It's pretty worked up. I lit some incense and he calmed right down. That's weird. You have that out there.
Fritz, we are so sorry about this.
Augustus.
I'm sorry?
I'm not Fritz. I'm Augustus.
I don't get it.
Are you Julianne?
No.
I'm not Fritz. Same thing.
Whoa. What are you talking about?
The real Fritz has been dead for years. I found him in an upstairs bathroom when I came to fix the plumbing. I came downstairs. She called me Fritz. I just kind of went with it.
Why?
I always wanted to be an actor. I even had a challenging dual role when she asked me to scope this place out.
What do you mean?
Dude, she wanted me to check you out and see if you were as good as you seemed on your commercial.
I knew it.
He came back.
But you were so kind to me that day. Why, if you hadn't given me that free casket, we never would have come here.
Great.
But now, guess maybe I'll try to be an actor for real. Seems glamorous.
I did some acting. Believe me, it's not.
Hey, what? I knew you looked familiar. You were in Forest of Screams.
You saw that?
But that was only the best on-screen Woods death ever. Do it. Do it.
Erica pretends she's being strangled.
Oh, man. Oh, man, you're amazing. Do you want to, get a burger or something?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, I have to swing by the attorney's office and pick up my inheritance first, but then I can go. She left all her money to Fritz.
Yeah, I can definitely get a burger.
Are you kidding me? You get all her money?
Fritz does.
Look, Fritz, Marcus, Augustus, buddy, maybe you can help us out. We just went in a huge hole over this funeral. Maybe you can use some of that money and dig us out, so to speak. Solidarity. Everyone is trying to swindle an old lady together.
Yeah. Except I was good at it. Julianne.
Fritz.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, Marty. You were right. My acting career did work out. Good luck with everything here. Own your crappy life.
What? Now what?
We get what we deserve, I guess.
We'll be okay. We're family, and we have each other.
Oh, shut up. We're going to the poorhouse. What's that smell?
What is that? Is that the incense?
They stand and sniff, following their noses around the room. They all end up near the employees only door. Steve opens it and looks out.
Oh my God, the shed is on fire.
What?
The incense, the horse must have kicked over the incense. That effing horse! Call the fire department. Oh my God. Bryony, go save things from the house.
Bryony runs through the joint door and tears around the house.
I have to try and put it out.
No. Wait.
It's gonna burn down. Go, go, go. We have to put it out.
He
Steve,
starts to run out, and Marty pulls him back.
what if you do what you do best? Do nothing.
Then it will burn to the ground. The funeral home, the house.
What's the insurance money on this place?
No. This was Dad's business. Dad's house.
Steve, look, he's gone. After today, we're going to lose the house and the business either way.
So we just do nothing.
Do nothing.
Bryony runs back in.
I couldn't find anything I wanted to save.
Marty seems to think that there is a nice insurance policy on this place and that I should do nothing.
Oh, you should do nothing.
No. I'm not a guy who does nothing anymore. I'm not going to do nothing.
Ugh.
I'm going to throw one last transition ceremony for this business and for Dad. Get my silk sheet.
Bryony and Marty smile, and Bryony gets one from behind the counter. Steve drapes it over his shoulders.
The incense is already burning, so all we need is...
He pushes play on the CD player, and Orinoco Flow by Enya plays. He moves to the center of the room with Marty and Bryony. He raises his hands and sings a few lines of the song.
Sail away, sail away, sail away. Sail away, sail away, sail away.
Sail away,
sail away, sail away, sail away,
sail away, sail away.
Dad, we thank you for the privilege of running your business. We hope to give it the kind of passing you didn't receive. We honor the legacy you left in this building, and we apologize for completely desecrating that in its last days. Marty?
Dad, you were right not to leave me this business. I've been part owner for 10 minutes and it's literally burning to the ground. Bryony?
Mr. Martin, you gave a lot to this earth, including 2 really unfortunately named sons. But they're my family, and I'm grateful.
And now we shall sing. Oh, geez, it's really moving fast. We gotta go.
Bryony takes one of her zucchini horses, and Steve grabs the large photo of Sir Trots-A-Lot. Steve kisses her, and they turn to exit. Steve points out the door.
Hey, look, there's the horse. Still alive.
They exit. Marty takes a moment and looks around.
Bye, Dad.
He exits.
Close the door.
Blackout. End of play.